Hi, we're Jill and Rami, and we're going to be talking with you in this video about the fact that twin flames and other soul couples are also very advanced souls, and we're going to be talking with you about the implications of that. So the implications for you as an individual and for you as a couple, how that impacts you. And then we're going to be doing a piece of healing work at the end for you that'll help to clean up some of the stuff that you carry.
So just to introduce ourselves briefly, my name is Jill Miller, and I've been in the counseling field for about 20 years. And my passion is working at the level of the soul and helping advanced souls, twin flames, and anybody experiencing soul relationships heal, see who they really are as a soul, and live their purpose on the planet. We all came here for a reason, and I really love helping people find out what that is, what they came to do, and then help with Rami, of course, clear what stands in the way of you living that. So I'm glad to be here with you today.
And I'm Rami Tivierge, and I've been in the helping field for about 38 years now. And I've got a couple of university degrees and a bunch of intensive training in the field of individual, couple, and family therapy, and certified as a trainer in the field. I also do healing work, and I'm an intuitive healer, as Jill is. And I've written a couple of books, one of them on profound healing for indigos and other sensitive souls, and another one on relationship difficulties, and we're in the process of writing one on twin flames and other soul couples.
So we're really excited to be doing this topic with you today. There's lots of topics we're excited about, but this one really gets our motors revving, in part because everything that we talk to you about is stuff that we've lived and experienced. So we are twin flames, and in our own reunion journey, we've met about 3 years ago now. So all that we share with you is what we've experienced in our own lives, the struggles, the difficulties, the challenges, and then how we've learned to heal that, transform that, and a lot of it we're still learning and struggling through, but we're really passionate about sharing with you what has worked for us and what has worked for our clients, and giving that out into the world. That's our mission, part of our mission as twins. So all of you watching this are what we would call an advanced soul. So that is a soul who has incarnated many, many, many times, and not always on earth. And many of you did not originally incarnate on earth. So you're built for, let's call it, another frequency of life. And earth, a lot of us advanced souls have a really hard time being in the density and intensity of earth. And our perspective is that as souls, we chose to come down to earth, not just for our own joyride, but in order to help the planet. So you could say that all advanced souls have a mission to help the planet. And one of my favorite terms that I came up with a while ago, and I use a lot, Rami knows what I'm going to say, is earth is whacked. On one level is all in divine order and perfection. Yes, of course, right? At the highest levels. But as you go down into earth, there's a lot of negativity that's been allowed, shall we say, to mess with Earth's original template and design. So way up there, it's all perfect. The guide's looking down at us, go, oh, those humans, you know, they'll get their act together. But as you go down, and when you're in a body here, it can feel a lot less than perfect. And part of the reason for that is when we're up there, before we come down into a body, we look down and say, okay, how can I serve the most? And how can I have the experience that will serve my soul and the souls of others? And if you're a twin, you do that together, of course. And you have soul contracts with other people, not only twins. So you're up there looking down, and you have the perspective of your higher self. So it all looks quite manageable. You go, okay, if part of my job is to help bring, I'll say this part really quickly, that we all have like a broader mission to help the planet heal and transform, but we all have particular ways that we need to do that, and that's in your Akashic records. It's fascinating to get that information. That's one thing we do when we work with people, go into the Akashic records and help them see precisely what is their mission. It's really great, it's exciting. Like some of you are here to be guides and way showers. Some of you are here to be earth healers, so working directly with the environment or the ley lines of earth. Some of you have warrior energy, so you're here to help transmute dark energies very directly, to be a spiritual warrior. Some of you are here to restore the codes of unconditional love for the planet, and so on. So you have a broader mission, which is to help Earth, but you've got a specific mission. So up there you said, okay, how can I go down here, and what circumstances will allow me to live that mission the best? And so you choose. I've worked with one, seriously in my whole career, one advanced soul who had what I would call a happy, functional childhood, one. So we choose to go into family templates that are very challenging with a variety of flavors, abuse, neglect, trauma, etc. We can choose to be born in dark places, energetically, that have a lot of negativity, precisely so that we can heal. But we forget up there what it feels like to be in a body. Or maybe we haven't been in an earth body too much. We forget how it feels to be in this level of density and emotion. And the guides don't seem to think it's too much of a problem either. So we choose circumstances often that can be overwhelming for us and quite difficult. So that's one big part of what we do, is help people clear out the luggage that is overwhelming them. And we're going to be talking about that in just a minute with Remi. I'm just going to look at my notes and see what else I wanted to cover. We also forget who we are and why we're here. It's an incredible thing, and when people do past life regressions or between life regressions, they can feel that moment when they're connected with all and everything in their essence, and then they come into a body and it's like a splash of amnesia. We forget who we are. And then the people around us often, because we incarnate into families that often aren't resonating with who we are as souls, we start to veil ourselves more and more and mold ourselves into a version that's acceptable to our family or our culture. And then we start to identify with that. So we'll call that the personality self or the 3D self. Then when we meet our twin, guess what? The souls go like this, and all of a sudden, whoosh, we wake up. And to me, that's part of the initial rush of energy that we feel with the twin. It's remembering, it's a moment of, we wake up, oh my gosh, this is who I am, because we see it in them. So it's reflected, and they see it in us. So all of a sudden, we become temporarily who we really are. And people talk about the bliss bubble or whatever. I definitely experienced that really huge rushes of energy when we first met. And part of that was just the souls remembering who they are. So then, of course, as you all know, what happens is the 3D self kicks back in. And that's the trouble. That's what happens with twins. And we won't go into the mechanics of that for this video, because we want to give you some pieces and do some healing. But identifying with our 3D selves and lives, and then all of a sudden the twins really force us to shift back into our 5D selves. And there's a lot that happens in the process, and a lot of you are going through that. So we're going to talk more about that in detail and do some healing work.
Great. So I'll talk with you now. What does this mean to be an advanced soul? What are the implications of that for you and for your partner? And then we'll look at the dance between you, and we'll look at some of the obstructions that come from different places, and then we'll do a chunk of healing work. So to start off with, an advanced soul, this is typical. They're very intuitive, intelligent, sensitive, and strong-minded. So if you have difficulties with your relationship, and let me go read the literature on how to heal a relationship, most of that doesn't apply for you, because you're different than a regular person who's not as evolved as you. And so part of the problem as well is that advanced souls, when they go see healers, they're more evolved than most of the healers they work with, so then they can't help them. So then you end up thinking there's something terribly wrong with me, something terribly wrong with my relationship, when it's not the case whatsoever. So, and that's crucial. Yesterday we had a session with somebody whose parents went through hugely difficult stuff. And so she carries the negative energy of that. It affects her relationship. Her life is a mess. Her career is a mess. And then she ends up saying, I got to take a pill for depression. Whereas the reality is that she carries luggage from other places and needs to be cleared. This is typical for very advanced souls such as you, who are struggling with things that you're not aware of what they come from. You just feel, oh my God, I feel like a mess, and my partner is a mess. I'm not okay, you're not okay. That stuff. So the implications of being very intuitive is that you can sense and your partner can sense that if you're off base in some areas, they know some things about you intuitively. You know, I think you're kind of like your dad in this particular area, and say, no way, I'm not like that whatsoever. What's the matter with you? You're the one who's the problem, right? So that's one of the issues that happens when the intuition can be clouded, it can be veiled because we carry luggage, we carry stuff that gets in the way. But very often also, it's very precisely right on. So there's an element of truth, and there can be an element of what's not okay. So for us to use each other's perceptions as a way of looking more deeply into who we are as individuals and the relationship, how it ticks and why, is transformational. So another aspect in terms of advanced soul is that you're very sensitive, so you can feel when your partner is off base. They might have some anger, for example, right now, and I'm not aware of it. I say, honey, you're angry. I can feel you're angry, honey. No, I'm not. What are you talking about? Honey, I can feel it. No, I'm not. So then there's this dance that can happen. So for us to use the relationship as mirror, people talk about mirror, that's one of the aspects. And this is particularly true for advanced souls. Another aspect is the fact that advanced souls are really powerful. And so and often we're imperfect and we may have suppressed our power, and et cetera, but we have a foundation underneath of being powerful. So, and we can be too pushy as a result, or we can stick with it if our partner does some things that are not okay, rather than when we were younger souls, we might just give up and stay in the relationship or leave entirely, and then repeat the same dance with somebody else. What's more likely to happen is we're more clear and strong with each other on an ongoing basis, keeping the mirror in our partner's face, and so then it's easy for the other guy to see us as the pain in the neck, right? And vice versa. And so we've done a video regarding runners, and that's one of the aspects. Being a mirror, the mirror feels too strong because of who we are as advanced souls. And it feels overwhelming and scary, and we blame each other and we run for the hills. Okay, so that's one of the important pieces. Is there anything you want to say about that before I talk about the luggage?
No.
Okay. So one of the aspects when we go downhill as advanced souls, we had difficulties in childhood. We have difficulties in our relationship now. We had some difficulties with partners in the past. We tried to make things work. And when we go downhill for any of these reasons, we attract, we become more open and vulnerable, and we could say that we attract negative energies, so dark energies from the universe. So we go down to lower levels, to basements, and in the basements, far more vulnerable to attacks from extraterrestrials and etc. So now I'll talk with you about our own luggage. But it's my luggage, but it's not. So think in terms of what your parents and your grandparents went through. In terms of, for example, they were involved in Second World War, or they were involved in the Great Depression. They've learned to distrust life because life is really dangerous. And what happens when people go through major trauma, it affects their DNA. The DNA is altered. They have kids later, and those alterations in the DNA get passed on to the kids. So the distrust is built into our DNA when we're born, and plus we feel their energy, we feel how they're interacting. So both those levels are important. So we're going to be doing a little bit of healing work with you regarding the issue of distrust and using that example near the end of this video, so in a few minutes. So we also pick up negative energy around us. So there's collective consciousness. So people believing overall that relationships, they're not that great, and all relationships end, or you just put up with a, you know, just living in the basement with your partner, and that's all there is. And that's not true with twin flames and other soul couples. Other couples were very close as souls, because we can have incredible richness. It's transformational, and the goals that we get as we stick with it and work at transforming is fabulous. So that's a really important piece, and we pick up also secondary trauma, so negative energy from other people around us. So you have somebody in the apartment next door, the house next door, that's depressed. More sensitive souls are more sensitive, more advanced souls are more sensitive, and so they're more affected by those energies. You live in a town that's got lots of people, and the energy is overwhelming. You're impacted by that. So is your partner. So it's crucial where you live to be able to have a healthy life, and also to be able to have a healthy relationship. You can say, oh, I'm off base with you all the time, and you're a mess, right? So we put it all on the other guy. Whereas the reality could be, I've got ancestral stuff, I've got past life stuff in terms of relationships. I learned not to trust people from my previous partner and from my parents' relationships, because they had affairs and so on. And that is all put onto the present. All this luggage that I carry is all put onto the present and onto my partner. So I don't see my partner clearly because of this luggage. So what we propose to you is, as an advanced soul, it's crucial to do healing work that fits for you, and to help transform these layers so you can be more and more fully present with your beloved and have sacred union more and more fully.
So in terms of advanced souls coming together, so when you think of all that Rami was just talking about, when you and your twin or your soulmate begin the merging process, guess what? It's times 2. And so you've got your luggage and you've got their luggage, and how that luggage dances. And twin flames share core wounding, but how we deal with it often polarizes. So many of you watching this, probably most of you watching this, are not currently with your twin, in large part because of these very things we're talking about, the luggage that gets in the way. And as advanced souls, you're carrying much, much more than most people because of who you are as a soul. So it is a really tough thing. And again, Earth is whacked. Part of the missions of twins, we believe, is to do the merger. We're already merged in the spiritual level. And then, as you probably know from browsing around on the web, we subscribe to the theory that it's a merging process that happens from the soul down. And the goal is to get it fully into the 3D, into every cell of our body, and live from there as a twin. And that uplifts the planet. That literally has an effect. If you've heard of morphogenic fields, that literally the energy, the vibration that we carry goes out and entrains other souls, other energies. So what we're doing is no small potatoes, it's twins. It's a big part, I believe, we believe, of helping Earth heal and transform. So it's a big job that you came to do, and because of the reasons we talked about, most people get overwhelmed and they're not able to complete the mission. Now there are some twins I know who didn't intend to come all the way down into 3D. They agreed to meet and then go off and do their separate things. That can happen, but a lot of you did really want to complete the mission of union, and you're stuck somewhere along the way, or your partner is stuck and you don't know how to heal it. The thing about this is, most healing methods, as Rami said, don't work so well for you. They don't hit the levels where you need to go to. For example, like he was saying, the past life, or the negative energies, or if you've got a curse on you, or a negative ET implant, no amount of sitting talking to a therapist is going to do a thing about that. So to learn how to pinpoint these things precisely, then they heal very quickly. And so when we work with individuals or couples, that's what we're doing. We're going right to the source and transforming from there. So it's just crucial, we believe, as a twin flame, or another one experiencing a soul connection, for you to take this on. Take on your own healing, pinpoint what luggage you've got and clear it. And as a twin, as Rami said in the beginning, you're very intuitive, so you're connected with your twin flame, and I don't care if you're separated or sitting like this, it's the same. You're energetically connected. So it's very possible when you do healing work that, not possible, it's absolute that when you do healing work, you can ask that the same be done on behalf of your twin, and it works. And we've seen the results of that in our practice. So it does work to do healing work on their behalf. They don't have to be sitting in the room. They could be driving down the interstate and you're doing this healing work and it's helping them. I probably went in a different direction than I was going to. Okay. Anything else I was supposed to say?
No, but that's it. So we had it pre-agreed to plan in terms of what we were going to talk about, who was going to say what. So here we are. And as you can see, we're quite imperfect. Like, we make mistakes and so on. So one of the goals in terms of relationship is to be there for each other, and we're imperfect at it because we have distrust and we have so on. And just a small kerfuffle can all of a sudden become a huge, big thing. And the reality is both of us are imperfect, and we need to cleanse and clear and go into a place of more and more compassion and forgiveness more and more and more deeply. And as Jill said, we connect more and more fully with our soul as we go. So our mind and our emotions and our physical level, all of that becomes more and more fully ensouled, and the relationship as well. So we go more and more fully into our light body, if you will.
Yeah.
But it's a light body of two, right? Sacred union. And then we, in the process of doing that, we can go more fully into the world and serve as two, but the two as one, as we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
I have one more thing to say before Rami does the healing, which is it's really, really crucial, I think, to have compassion for your partner, for your twin, or your soulmate, no matter what they're up to. Because when you really look at, if you see, oh, he's just being a jerk, or she's being a you-know-what, they're doing all this to hurt me, or they're doing all this because they're an ignoramus or whatever. If you really look at what's going on with them, they may have a soul contract with their current spouse, and they've promised to leave them 14 years ago. They don't understand. They've got a soul contract with that person, that they need to go to the soul level and maybe reevaluate that, or ask to be released from that, or update that. Or they may have, paralyzing fear from a past life that is at the soul level, and they've tried everything to fix it, nothing's working. They don't know why they're running for the hills. They don't understand that. Or they agreed as part of the twin mission to be born into a really difficult family template. Like, for example, a family that comes from Germany and is carrying all of this ancestral trauma, they agreed to come to help that heal, but guess what? They've gotten caught up in it, and they think that that's who they are. So hopefully one message that I'd like you to take away is to have compassion when you realize how much your twin is struggling with, and that also you can help them. I mean, that's just incredibly exciting, because so many of you have been told, oh, just let them go, or just focus on yourself, or whatever. And maybe that's true for some of you, but for a lot of you, if you're on a mission to be in reunion, you can absolutely help them if you know how to, and if you know how to see it, and then you can heal it very quickly.
And one of the implications for that is whether you're together and your partner doesn't want to do healing work with you because they don't trust you anymore, or you've been separated for a while, and so of course trust is gone. You do healing work for yourself. You go more and more fully into a place of being more cleansed. You do healing work for your partner, and the space between you and the various aspects, it's more and more likely for you to come together again as souls and in life. There's no guarantee, of course, but the more we take responsibility for ourselves, for healing of ourselves and our partner, the more and more likely it is that we can go into the sacred union. Okay, so...
Do the healing, huh?
Yeah, so after the healing work. Okay. So we're going to focus on distress. So I'll do a piece, and Jill may have some chunks to add regarding that. So think of you've got distress at the ancestral level, at collective consciousness, your own this lifetime, past lives, and so forth, and there's ET implants. So I'm going to do a sizable chunk. It'll take a few minutes. See, and I'm choking on this already. So we can feel energetically as we go towards a particular area, and we have reaction. So for me choking right now, for example, we can see there's stuff there. Okay, so just be with me for a few minutes with this. So we ask for clearing of negative energies that are putting some negative beliefs in you that you shouldn't trust. Shouldn't trust your partner, shouldn't trust the world, shouldn't trust your intuition. So Krishna, Durga, Arcturians and their guides, Ashtar Command, Intergalactic Committee, Anunnaki and shields and fractals and spine devices transform.
I can feel shifting right away, so that's your energy. We're feeling you. So just tune in as Rami does this. Just feel if you can feel your energy shifting.
So even we can feel your energy shifting because we're linked with you watching this, even if it's 6 months from when this is done. The same with you. As you think about a particular thing, focus in a particular area, you link in with the future. So implants, first layer of the aura and beyond. Claire? This is for you, for your partner, and between you in relation to trust. Demonic, satanic, luciferic source of all evil, clear with the help of Krishna, Kali, and the masters of the rays. To ask the Lords of Karma and Archangel Michael declare collective consciousness, the mind grid level. And we ask to clear your inner child in terms of distrust that you've experienced, that you learned to distrust as a child, or you picked up those energies from your parents. So clear distrust from your inner child. Think of that as in your belly, the lower 3 chakras. And so let's ask Kuan Yin to clear those energies. See, there's lots of energy moving. And let's ask to clear those energies for your soul group and extended soul group. Check and see how you were now as compared to 2 minutes ago. And so Jill may have some pieces to add, but I just want to say first that we have trust issues, but we have luggage in other areas too, of course, and all of that can get in the way. And the tendency is for us not to be able to see our own luggage. So our twin or other partner can help us to see it. If both of you are stuck, rather than throwing up your hands and give up maybe next lifetime, there are some things that you can do to help resolve that. And you may have healers around you that could help you with that, and we're certainly happy to do that too. So is there anything you want to add?
Yeah. Let's ask for all curses against the two of you and your union, specifically to be cleared, Spirit. And I want to do one more piece. We have, as Rami said, he talked about the inner child. We also have inner male and inner female, inner god and goddess. And we all carry luggage from that. And we believe that's part of what twins and soulmates are here to do, is to help transform that template within and between. So I'm going to do just a brief piece on that for everybody. So for the inner female, so think of your left side of your body. So just be with me, you don't have to do anything, just receive. We ask for all dark energies that are impacting your inner goddess. So this is for males and females, we all have this part, to be cleared. And all past life luggage around betrayal and abandonment that's impacting your inner goddess, your inner female. Archangel Michael, Lords of Karma, please transform. And let's ask for which goddess do I want to work with? As you can see, we work with a variety of high beings from different traditions. Trust. I need a powerful one. I'm not sure. I'll just ask for a team of goddesses then, because I think I want different aspects to come into each of you, clear obstructions, and let's ask for the goddesses appropriate to you. That's why, because you need different ones. Ask for the goddesses appropriate to you to fill up and reformat your inner goddess for trust. And it's not about giving up your power. as an individual. It's about opening the heart more fully into trust. So let's ask that the heart of your inner goddess be open more fully into trust. And as that's happening, let's ask for a team of high being males, whichever one needs to come to each of you, to go in. Actually, first let's clear negative energy from your inner male relating to distrust. Archangel Michael, Lords of Karma, please clear past lives of, again, abandonment and betrayal. Terrible things happen to all of us, many lives, this and other galaxies. Clear dark energies impacting the inner male, especially how he sees the inner female. That's a very big thing, the inner male distrusting female in general, goddess in general. Clear that, please. Now let's ask for the team of high beings appropriate to you to come in and bring the energy of trust back to your inner male. Open his heart. He doesn't give up his power, but he becomes more fully a man of heart within you. Now let's ask for, I'm being called to use the Merkaba. Those of you who don't know, it's a pyramid with a pyramid on top. It's a very powerful shape for sacred union, merging heaven and earth, and it's very cleansing. So you don't have to, if you don't know the shape, don't worry about it, just receive. So let's ask the Merkaba to be charged with source energy and to spin counterclockwise and to go down through everyone's energy field and clear away mistrust in the cells and the DNA and between the male and female within you. And also let's ask for a Merkaba to clear the energy between you. Anything that's happened this or any other lifetimes that has caused the energy of mistrust, distrust to be cleared. And let's clear it for the family template and the soul group and all the high beings you're connected to. Now let's ask for your inner male, inner female, so inner god and goddess, to go more fully into sacred union now. Now that some of that trust has been restored, they can come closer and merge more fully. So within you, within your twin or soulmate, and between you. And I ask for protection to be put around all of you as this healing completes. So check in with yourself now and see how you're feeling now compared to when we did that last bit of healing. For me, I feel very warm and peaceful. That's your energy. I'm feeling a lot of shifting that just took place, and there's a softness that just happened, and so that's wonderful. So you just did that on behalf of you and your twin flame or your soulmate.
And more broadly.
And more broadly, right, because we cleared family template and soul group. So it's that quick. There are always layers. It's not like, oh, now you're done with that issue, but doing this healing over and over again for yourself and your beloved and more broadly clears away the layers. It's just like peeling an onion, and the trust increases, and then you're more available to yourself, more available to your beloved, more available to the world for sacred mission.
Great, so let's wind down, but just keep in mind, with this video, this healing piece that we did, you can watch that again and do healing work more and more deeply. And of course there's other aspects and so forth that can get in the way. And so, just as we wind down now, we talked about a number of issues. We talked about the fact that twin flames and other soul couples are all advanced souls, and the impact on you as an individual and as a couple, and the fact that even though you may be separated or having sizable difficulties, there's a lot that you can do for you, for your partner, and more broadly.
Yeah.
That's part of the gig.
Yeah.
That's part of the essence. So you can watch the healing portion and go more deeply again. And if you get stuck, we're available to you, and you may have help or healers close by, but there's such a large proportion of very advanced soul couples that end up separating because they don't know how to handle these things, don't know how to heal them. It's healable. All of it is healable. We chose to come into this place, chose particular difficulties, and we had luggage from previous lifetimes, curses and vows and so forth that need to be transformed, and all of it is resolvable. So for you to go into despair, distrust of life, and distrust that this is all pointless, we feel that's a total mistake. So we're available for you in terms of sessions. We have video, we have workshops online, we have other videos, and we have teleseminars. And if you go to our website and give us your contact information, we're going to send you a couple of teleseminars at no cost, so that you can go more deeply. We talk about other aspects, and you can go more deeply into your healing for yourself and your partner at no cost whatsoever. So go to twinflamehealers.com and give us your contact information, and we'll send that to you.
Yeah, so it's been great being with you, and as you can tell, we're super passionate about working with twin flames and soul couples, partly because we know this stuff is healable, and so many of you are sitting there stuck and in despair, and then you lose out, your partner loses out, and the world loses out. So don't stay stuck there. Get get the help, get the healing you need, and of course we're here for you, as Rami said, and we're putting out a lot of things into the world to help you, and we're here for you personally if you want us to look into your particular soul records and that of your twin flame or soul couple and help you see very precisely what your challenges are and help you heal it. It's not a long drawn out process. You know, we can do that part in 1 hour with you or less. So we work very quickly. So if you want our help, we're here. We love to do this, and we're really passionate about helping you be on your mission with your twin and to get the most out of this earth experience. And you're all brave, you're all amazing souls. We love working with you, and yeah, we know how hard it is to be here, and we want to help. So it's great being with you, and thanks for watching.
Okay, so take care. Great
Take care,
connecting with
everybody.
you. Bye.